and thanks for staying with us. Now, the Truck Drivers Forum vow to continue protesting until their demands are met. They claim owners are employing more foreign nationals than South Africans. Government and stakeholders met over the weekend to discuss a way forward. They're expected to update on those discussions. Let's go to eNCA's Pule Letshwiti-Jones, who's following that story. Pule, I know that you're waiting for that press briefing to begin. So who exactly do we expect to be their Transport Minister and?
Yes, Maseko, definitely the Interministerial Committee as a whole. We're expecting the Minister of Labour, Pule Letshwiti-Jones, Police Minister, the Transport Minister, Fikile Mbalula, and of course the Minister of Home Affairs, Dr. Motsoaledi, who will be briefing us just about the ongoing meetings that they have been having with the Truckers Association. You remember, this comes just days after the blockade of the M3 as well, which, possessed a very serious threat to the country's economy, because it disturbs the supply chain of processing and transporting goods for the benefit of the fiscus and the economy as well. But most importantly, we'll also try to get that insight in terms of the quota and what is happening currently with the issue of the complaints that have been coming from some of the truckers in terms of how they have made allegations of more foreign nationals being appointed into the industry or being hired in the truckers industry, and them saying that most of the Africans are being overlooked. Perhaps maybe get some bit of comment around the issue of the Zimbabwean exemption permits as well, as to what is an update with that from the Department of Home Affairs, and what are they saying maybe from the Minister as well. Those are just a bag of challenges that may have to be addressed, and maybe you may see, I'll keep on looking to my left hand side just to try and see if the ministers will be entering, and maybe one of them coming onto the podium and finally address us regarding this whole issue.
And Pule, during the time that the N3 was actually blockaded by those truck drivers, we found out that actually the economy lost millions because of that.
Definitely, it's quite a concern when we have a disruption of the economy, particularly after having come out of a deadly pandemic which has costed the economy a lot of money as well. I think these were the remarks by the Transport Minister just last week during his update, Fikile Mbalula, saying that yes, there are challenges that have plagued the industry, but it cannot be that highways which are being used to for services and for goods to be transported are being blocked, because it certainly does disrupt the supply chain, and subsequent to that does disrupt the economy as well. And therefore, I believe that the truckers as well, who are aggrieved, were trying to send a strong message, but it does not mean that they must be on the other side of the law. But most importantly, you look at the meetings they've been having for the past year as well. Remember, just last year, similar issues were being raised by the Truckers Association, and there were 2 meetings that are being held to date. We had to see if there was any progress feedback from some of those meetings and agreements that took place. And a year later, we see that the M3 are being blocked again by some of these truckers. That means that there are still some demands that are yet to be met, and it will be important to hear what this Interministerial Committee will be saying, or will be briefing us about, when the ministers join us here in just a couple of minutes. I can now assure you that the Transport Minister, Fikile Mbalula, has now arrived here and is entering. He will be sitting here as well. I see also Minister of Labour, Pule Letshwiti-Jones, also coming into the boardroom as well, where this media briefing will be taking place. I did see the Police General, but at the National Police General, but I did not see the Minister of Police yet. I'm assuming that maybe in his absence the National Police Commissioner will be, of course, representing him. I also haven't seen Dr. Motsoaledi to be here as well. Perhaps maybe, Maseko, we can then drop this mic, and you can then continue, and we can listen to this briefing that's expected to take place. Minister Jan, how are you? Good.
All right, Pule, I think it is time for Pule to move, as that Interministerial Committee has arrived. As you can see, the Minister of Public Works, Pule Letshwiti-Jones, already taking his seat, and Pule describing to us exactly which other ministers have arrived.